Looks like we're going to get the last spring on finally. Finally showed up. So it'll be out with the old. Of course, this is the one I replaced. And then in with the new, which is this bad boy right here. They had something to do with like a back order. But what I don't get is they shipped me another one too. So I have 2 of them now. 3 total. I only need 2. So I don't know. I need to email them back, figure that out. But I will show y'all. Here's my hand on the driver's side. About middle finger to the tire. Here's to the side with the new spring in it. I can get my whole hand up top. So, of course, this hasn't settled in yet. I know it's going to take a while to settle. But that just shows you, like, I don't know if I can get the car to kind of look. You can tell how much higher it is over here compared to over here. Like the arch in the spring. I guess if I get closer, it might be easier to... It's got a higher arch for the spring right here. From the shackle there. And then if you look over here, it's just flat. They're worn out. This side, I think, is cracked too in the middle. Pretty sure this is a cracked one. The other one was not cracked. But I had to makeshift me a new bracket bolt system because the bolts were rusted and brittle. Hopefully we don't have to do that on this side. More than likely, we're going to have to do it on this side, though. So I'm going to get it going. If you're doing your leaf springs on your AMC, they're 9/16 bolts. And then 13/16, I think, which I'll talk about it when we get through it again. I have y'all on a battery pack right now because my GoPro keeps dying. I still haven't bought another battery for it because I'm lazy. So I'm gonna jack the car up and then get it on stands, get the diff on stands, and then show you what we got going on. I'll probably loosen some bolts and then talk myself through it and fight through it. It took me 4 hours to do the driver's side. And like 3 of the hours is to make a bracket. So hopefully it only takes an hour. Okay, so I got the wheel off. And off camera while this thing was charging, I have a jack under the diff, kind of keeping the weight off of it. I loosened the 2 9/16 up here, not all the way off yet. And I'm now loosening the 4 U-bolts, or not U-bolts, the 4 nuts on the U-bolts to remove the diff part, or yeah, the diff part of the leaf spring. The reason why I didn't take the ones back here all the way out is to keep it from falling on me, because the only thing holding the leaf spring will be the front part. There's another one. And I have the jack holding the diff up a bit, and then I'll lower it down here in a bit onto this jack stand beside me once we get to that point. Fun fact, let me get this one out real quick. These are Jeep CJ adapter plates for leaf springs to an 8/8 that I welded a 1/4-inch steel piece on for Fox body shocks. When I do the cow track system, I can get the OEM style hook, which is what I'll end up doing. So I'll go back to the original. But this sucker's off now. And that shock is completely compressed. So I'd like to get it out of the way. There we go. And just, I'm gonna basically push this shock back up here just to kind of get it out of the way. Well, I was able to do it on the other side. I might not be able to on this side. Oh, I haven't lowered the diff yet, that's why. So yeah, we'll just make sure we get this right here. We lower the diff a bit with my hands on the jack. Come on, come on. Okay. Okay, she's creeping down. Oh, she's all weight's off of it. So close to getting one more notch up. May just manhandle it up. The problem is that the springs back here are holding it, but I know that when I loosen this, it's not gonna shoot at me because, well, it's not fully disengaged. Oh. Alright, so now I'm taking off, I don't know if you can see up in here, these two 9/16 all the way off. Got one pretty much all the way out. Put that right there. This one's gonna be kind of a butt. Probably because there's no weight on the... Well, I can do it. I just have to push up on the leaf spring, which I should be using a jack, honestly, but if I can get it... Oh, if I can get her the wrench real quick, it'll be fine. The leaf spring isn't too bad. Oh. So, I took that one out, and you can see it's still in there, which is good. I wonder if I could just, there we go. Give it a little manhandle, and I was able to pick it up. I'm trying not to damage the threads, so I'm gonna pick up on it. Probably have to get my flathead back. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and loosen the front real quick. Okay. Now the fronts, to loosen them, I used a 13/16 deep socket. Oh, I heard it pop. 13/16 deep socket, along with an Allen wrench, or an Allen crescent wrench. So we got this guy and this guy, and let me get y'all back under here real quick. I really should have brought my little head thingy. All right. Basically, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get this deep socket in this frame, wherever the hole is. Try to find my spot, which is right there. Okay. So, pretty much a poor jack placement, but there it is, the deep socket's in the frame. And then we have this bolt right here. I'm assuming it's the same size. I just don't have a sized wrench that tall. So I just used a crescent wrench and I broke her loose, which I cannot do with one hand. But once you get it loose enough, then you can use the socket side. You can pretty much get the rest of the way. Whew. Okay. So now that the ratchet is stuck up on the frame over there, I'm able to crank her loose. Okay. So now, I'm wondering if I can use the ratchet. Let me get this wrench up here where it'll stay. Oh. Yeah. I need to go on the other side. Oh. Man, I can't wait to have a lift. Goodness gracious. You know what? I bet you my impact will fit in that, my big boy. Let's find out. Oh. Let's see if old Betty will give her a show. Yeah. Woo. The answer is no. Betty failed miserably, but you also need to charge it, so that could be my fault. It's okay. Oh, dang, she's tight. Okay, that was not fun to get this shiny bolt off. Not fun at all. Okay, now that that's out, should be able to pop this bolt right through. Of course, there's weight on the shock hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this back on a little bit because I don't want to damage the threads. Put this wrench in the middle. Give her, there we go. Give her a nice little love tap, you know what I mean? But we don't want to damage the threads, so we do it that way. All right. Now that that sucker is loose, I can put my little headlight back on. And it popped off the thing, so that's cool. It's okay. You don't need it. We do need it, but I'll put it like there. Now I'm gonna take this flathead. We're gonna go open here where our bolts are. I'm basically going to get under that surface and pry the sucker down without it falling on me. I'm gonna put y'all in harm's way. Ow! Ta-da! All right, and just like that, that popped off that spot. These look good, thank God. Now, I have to crawl back under here, pop the rest of this sucker out, which it should be easy to pop out now. I'll do y'all with one hand, but I'm basically feeding my thumb right there in this hole, and I'm feeding the bolt back enough to where I can pinch it from the side, which I'm almost there. We just put y'all here. You can watch me struggle sideways. And there she is. This one should just come right on out. Whew. Oh. And you can see right here, it's been eaten up. Both sides. Bushings are shot. I know the bushings over here are definitely shot. Oh! These are also 9/16, and I'm gonna try to anti-seize these real quick because I don't want these to break again, and then I have to go to the hardware store. When I get the CalTrack stuff bought later on, there's a bar that goes up front, links into there, and then AMC. There's a guy on the AMC page that makes new these that are polyurethane. I only have the rubber ones right now. I didn't know he made those until I bought everything. So I was like, oh, well, once I get the CalTrack stuff done, you know, I'll just do that. So I got my boxy here with 4 boots that go in that hole. And they're not that hard to put on. They're hard to get out, that's for sure. But we'll pop them in and onto the new leaf spring. But I need this shackle part. I need this piece right here, obviously, and this piece. So I'm gonna soak that with some PB Blaster real quick, break them loose. We'll install the new spring to them, and then we'll do the installation part. So I'm gonna put you on the charger. We'll go from there. Alrighty, so I'm in live with Rashawn right now on YouTube. But I got the bushings replaced and put on. I haven't tightened this down yet. Basically, gonna put everything back on now and then tighten it all up. Then I'll lower the car and we'll show you what it looks like. But yeah, we're in chat right now. We're just chit-chatting with people. But that's pretty much it. I took it off. The way I took it off, it's the exact same way we're gonna put it on. The front bushings came installed already, so I just had to put my rear bushings in and slap the mofo on there, and we're good to go. So yeah, once I get it on, I'll show you the rest, what we're gonna do. Alrighty, so here's the passenger side. Look at that, I get my hand in there like I did the other one, the other side. We're still alive. But we put the spring on, tightened her all down. Now she's looking nice and good, nice and upright. Needs the cow track system still, that's like $450. I'm not trying to buy that right now. But I need a front shock. Gotta get it going. But the rear suspension, the 40-year-old boots, are finally gone and replaced. So out with the old and in with the new. Finally. So that's it for now. I'll catch y'all later. I might start doing the carpet in the inside finally again. We'll find out though. I'll let y'all know.